Hi everyone, welcome to Nonna's Stitching Lounge. This is Rosie and I'm the host of Nonna's Stitching Lounge. Did you do your January 2020 challenge? If you want to see mine, stay tuned. Hey everyone, this is Monday, January the 20th, and I have made my 2020 challenge, which was a challenge by originally Krista at the Secret Yarnery, who basically on December 20th gave a challenge for people to use one package of ice yarns to come up with either some kind of wearable or shawl in ice yarns. And then Creative Grandma Glenda came up with a revised version, so you could basically make whatever you want. I actually used the ice yarn challenge because I had bought some in previous videos. You can see me unboxing some. And so I took up that challenge because I wanted to use my ice yarns, and I have made 2 items using ice yarns. So let's start with my very first item, which is made with Rockstar. And I used the whole package of Ice Yarn Rockstar. Now this is, I still have this package in the pink black. And all I have left of the red is this little piece of all 8 skeins of yarn. And this is what I made. So I made, it started out as a scarf actually, or started off as a shawl. I made 2 rectangles and I sewed them together and I made a vest. I was going to make a long sleeve vest, but I didn't have enough yarn. So you can see the pattern I use, which I will tell you what it is in a second. I did a border just in straight double crochets. I was going to use, I'm going to use the double crochet to make the sleeves, but again, like I said, this was enough only with exactly 8 skeins of the Rockstar baby, Rockstar yarn, and that's all I had left. Now what I did, the pattern that I used actually came from, I think Lovecraft's patterns, but it is a Premier Yarn pattern, and it is called the Tranquility Kimono. So this is the picture. You can see of the pattern. So I took the stitch. I did change it up a little bit because I like using, you may see, I used the double foundation rows here. And I used, I believe, the double foundation all the way down. And then I adapted the pattern so that it would fit. I used its stitch count, which was a multiple of 6 stitches plus 1. And I do believe this is a free pattern. And I will link it down below. So it's called the Tranquility Kimono. You can see, though, that it's long sleeves. But I thought I'd use the Rockstar. I'll show you a little bit more of the pattern. I think it turned out really, really nice. It has a nice sheen. Of course, I put a little brooch to close it. I sewed it on the sides. I sewed it at the back. So it's 2 long rectangles, basically. 2 long rectangles that measure from here all the way to the back. And then I added this double crochet here. So that is my very first, and I really, really liked it, although I have to tell you that Rockstar's not very good at frogging. Rockstar has, now I just took this out just so I can let you know, it is, I think this has it here, it has some wool in it. So it has 19% merino wool, 70% polyamide, and 11% acrylic. So between the wool and the polyamide, so this is in the pink black, which is really pretty too. And I have, I think, 2 packages of this. I don't know where the 8th is, but, and because I was trying out a few different patterns, I must have frogged before I settled with this pattern, and I adapted it for this. I must have frogged it about 4 or 5 times, and it really it sticks onto each other. It doesn't frog nicely, and there are some sections where you can see the fuzz of where I frogged it too many times, but I think I put it at the back, so you're not going to see it. But it, oh, here's the 8th. But I do have more to use, and I think the only thing I can tell you is that before you use it, just know what you want to make with it so that you limit the frogging. Now, a yarn that's very similar to this that I have used, if you'll recall, I made my boss a shawl for Christmas in the black. So this is the Loops and Thread Metallic Luxe. So this is very similar. If you can see, it has a shine. It's not as thick as the Rockstar, but what's it called? Metallic Luxe. Where is that? Oh, this doesn't even have, this band doesn't have any information on it. Interesting. But it, this is, I think, 100% acrylic and poly. You know what, I'll put it across here if I get a chance. But it has no wool, and it's not as thick, and it has no wool, but this frogs really nicely. But it isn't as thick as the Rockstar. I think I'll show you a little bit, maybe, so you can see the difference between here and the Rockstar. So you can see the Rockstar is almost double that. But I think they're supposed to both be a 4. But yeah, so the only complaint I had with Rockstar is the fact that it doesn't frog very well. It does catch on itself, and I have not washed or blocked this yet. So I don't know how, I'm presuming with the merino wool, I'm going to have to hand wash it, which I would do anyway with this pattern. But this I did, well, I think I did hand wash it. No, I put it in the washing machine. Have to check. You know what, I'll put the specs of this, like I said, either in the description box or here, just so that you see the difference. Although, like I said, it's pretty similar, although I don't know that you can get the Metallic Luxe anymore at Michael's. It's a Loops and Threads, so it's pretty exclusive to Michael's. So anyway, that is my first, I was really happy that I was given a challenge so that I could use the Rockstar. So that was pretty fun. Okay, so now I'm going to go change, and I'm going to show you the second one I made. Hello, so this is the second skein of ice yarns that I used, and this is a shawl with a French twist using the alpine stitch. So I thought this turned out really, really pretty, and this is what I used. All right, so this is the Cakes Wool Light Glitz. It's a DK, I do believe, or it says a light, yeah, light 3. It says to use a 5 to a 4 millimeter hook. I believe that I used a 4.5 milliliter hook. I used the whole ball to make this. So this I found, okay, so this I bought, it came in a package of 4. I don't know if you remember my Hobium ice yarn comparison. I got 4 of them. I have this one left, and I gave away 2. I've got some blue ones. So this actually turned out way nicer than I thought it was going to. I didn't think I was going to like the stripe effect, but I actually really, really liked the way it turned out. Actually, I used one and a little bit because it was actually going to end here without the second piece, and I wanted to make sure that I had 3 full stripes. So I did color control a little bit of the story behind this shawl is that Oana at her channel. Now, what is her channel name? Her name is Oana, O-A-N-A, and if I remember, I'll put it down. She did a similar version of this, but in knit. And then she did a crocheted hat in this alpine stitch. And she talked about that she was coordinating or collaborating with an Italian designer, and her channel's name is L'Angolo di Chris. I guess her name is Chris, L'Angolo di Chris, so Chris's angle, I guess. So I went to Chris's channel, L'Angolo di Chris, and she actually did this in the alpine crochet stitch. So I followed the Italian pattern to do this in the alpine stitch. So it's 32 centimeters wide here, I believe. There's 200 chains. It's a free tutorial, but I guess I don't know if the closed caption works or whether I think you'd be able to follow it in Italian, but basically she also does a hat in Italian, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, I saw this and I loved it. I loved the stitch. I loved the way she does the French knot. And in order for you to see how she does the French knot, you can actually go to her. I'll put the video down below and go to the end, and you'll see the way she folds everything and then the way she sews it together. It comes out really, really nice. So again, this turned out, let me take it off so you can see it, but it's the alpine, which is a beautiful, beautiful stitch. It just has such a nice texture. You do it inside out, you can see the way it is sewn together, and then the French knot, when you sew it together and then you open it. Now I was afraid, like when I was making, I thought, oh, it's going to be too big for the French knot. Like you can also wear it, like this, for that matter. Right? You can see the way it, like a long scarf, and put a pin on it, like I did with the rock star, or you can, like I said, wear it like a shawl, which is really, really pretty. So yeah, I was quite pleased with this. I didn't think I was gonna like it, but I really liked the way the stripes turned out. I liked the way it really drapes nicely using the 4.5. And it really, I think to get the nice effect of the French knot, you really do need like a 3.5. I think it wouldn't work as well with a thick 4 or worsted weight yarn. I don't know. I haven't tried it, so I couldn't tell you. So yeah, so those are the 2 ice yarns, things that I made out of the challenge. Like I said, I'll put all the links down below, and you can take a look at, like I did, take pieces of this, pieces of that, put it into, your own creation, and see what you come up with. So I hope you enjoyed it, and we shall talk soon. So ciao for now.